It is said that in the underground world, there is the most powerful assassin company in Korea called MK Enterprise, which was founded by Cha Min-kyu. Cha Min-kyu sets a rule that working assassins can only take jobs approved by the company and are prohibited from touching minors. For whoever who violates the rules will face Kill Boksoon, the most powerful assassin in Underworld, and Mantis, the most feared assassin. The story opened by brothers who fill the gasoline at the gas station, and the long-hair man go to the toilet. He saw a dying miner who get killed. He directly stabbed the miner and finished him until die. Out of nowhere, Cha Min-kyu has been waiting for me outside. After realize what he has done wrong, he directly runs away. He also knows that his brother has died in Min-kyu's hand. But he runs to the wrong direction, and Mantis has been waiting for him and be ready to kill him. Mantis finished off the gondrong until all its limbs were separated. Min-kyu, who saw this, immediately called the cleaning team to clean everything up. It turned out that this job was Mantis's last job before he decided to resign from MK. Mantis decided to return to Korea. He was shocked by the news that MK had gone bankrupt, and Min-kyu had died at the hands of Kill Boksoon. He was informed by Jae-yi, his rival and best friend, during his trainee days at MK. MK's competitors compete to win Mantis until he is mobbed at the airport. On the other hand, Jae-yi comes to meet Nam Bae-sun. Jae-yi works for him because he failed to enter MK. Jae-yi saw Bae-sun cooking meat for Han-ul, or Mantis, to welcome him back to Korea. Mantis then invited Jae-yi to meet his friends at a bar, namely Sumin, Bombay, and Dongyang. They plan to set up an assassin agency. They are very confident that they will be successful because they have Mantis, the most feared assassin in the world of assassins. Bombay thinks that Jae-yi is more suitable to be a leader. This made Mantis not accept it. Mantis protests because he feels that he is responsible for Jae-yi. He harbors feelings for Jae-yi, who is his best friend. He was also jealous when he heard from his friends that Jae-yi already had a boyfriend. Out of jealousy, Mantis brought up his past with Jae-yi when they dueled when they were trainees under MK. Even though Jae-yi was the winner, Mantis was debuted by MK first. When they spoke together, Mantis doubted what the future would hold for MK. Mantis said that there was someone who had great potential to revive MK, named The next day, he went to meet Go, his teacher when he was under MK. When he climbed the stairs, he was confronted by a teenage boy named Benjamin. Benjamin said that he is a big fan of Mantis. Benjamin also gave his card as the owner of the biggest online game.
벤자민 조라고 합니다. 부트웨어. 근데 엄청 팬이에요.
Mantis finally meets Doko, and to his surprise, he gets a hug from his teacher. At first expected to be attacked, but when he was in Doko's private room, Doko actually attacked Mantis repeatedly because he was not ready, and Mantis fell to the floor. They duel as a welcome to Mantis's return. After they finished, they reminisced about the past when they fought together with Min-kyu to found Mantis. Doko said that he felt it would be better to be retired from the world of assassins than to die at the hands of his best friend, Min-kyu. Then Mantis asked about Benjamin. Doko says best because of the money. He's just a little kid who's curious about the dark world. In accordance with its initial goal, Mantis finally urged Doko to return to MK. Mantis said it would be a waste if he didn't return to MK because he would lose MK's treasure, namely himself. Mantis met Jae-yi, who was busy dueling with a statue to hone his skills. Mantis then invited Jae-yi to set up a company. However, Jae-yi said that currently it is very difficult to find investors. Mantis then remembered that he had met Benjamin. Jae-yi also spoke to Bae-sun that he would resign from his company. With a heavy heart, Bae-sun let go of his only champion. Mantis, Jae-yi, and his friends meet Benjamin. However, Benjamin's stubbornness makes Mantis furious because he wants to make a realistic game character. And what's worse, Benjamin is only interested in Jae-yi. Suddenly, Mantis decided to leave there and cancelled the collaboration.
제이씨, 마그 씨랑 붙으면 어느 정도까지?
씨바 다음에 나 만나면 뒤져.
However, Mantis's nature made him endear himself to his friends. They didn't accept Mantis wasting an opportunity just because he remembered it. Dong-young decides to return to Benjamin because he wants a better life. Sumin and Bombay prefer to follow Mantis and Jae-yi.
내가 왜 두 사람 때문에 이 좋은 기회를 놓쳐야 돼?
In the evening, Mantis invited Jae-yi to talk. Mantis handed over his savings book to Jae-yi, and he also said he wanted to build a company together with Jae-yi. Jae-yi asks, why is he doing all this for herself? Mantis emphasized that he did this for himself too, because building a company was part of his dream. He asks Jae-yi for help. Then they agreed to establish a company together.
이지. 내가 명색이 사막인데.
같이 하는 거.
딜.
아 근데 대표님 작품 이게 다예요?
Thanks to his reputation as a top assassin, he immediately found clients. He immediately distributed work to his friends according to level. For your information, in the world of assassins, a person's life is given according to level starting from level A to D. And level A is the most difficult level that Mantis often handles. Jae-yi got level B, while levels C and D were handed over to Sumin, while Bombay didn't get anything, because Mantis still couldn't trust him to go directly to the field. In this way, their startup company was officially established, named Mantis Company. They immediately worked to end the lives of the targets. To get more clients, Mantis met with Doko, who had officially continued his leadership at MK. He also asked Doko for a target with level A, but Doko put forward the condition that he must help Doko in an important mission. Doko plans to make the hitmen return to obeying the regulations initiated by Minkyu. Doko will also do this at the general meeting of all assassin companies in South Korea. Meanwhile, at headquarters, Sumin gets a call from a client who cancels the mission. This frustrated Sumin, while Bombay complained that he couldn't be trusted to take to the field. Bombay felt that Mantis was being unfair. When Mantis arrived at the headquarters, Jae-yi immediately invited Mantis to talk together. Jae-yi advised him to do justice to his men. They were Mantis's men after all. Mantis feels that they don't have enough experience, but Jae-yi says so. Why are they so
더럽게 불편해. 애들 앞에서 낚인 적이나 있냐?
Mantis then brings up the past, which makes them argue. Jae-yi was angry with Mantis because he thought Mantis had gone too far. After the argument, Mantis complained to Doko and confided in him. Doko then said the reason why he debuted Mantis first. He said that Jae-yi is same like him. She doesn't want to be defeated. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Jae-yi reports to Mantis that he has completed his mission.
나랑 꽤나 닮았어.
Right. Suddenly, his opponent showed who was behind the mask. It turns out he is Dong Piang. But Jae-yi didn't care and immediately finished off Dong Piang. She felt betrayed. After that, Benjamin appears, and Jae-yi concludes that the mastermind behind it all is him. Benjamin provokes Jae-yi to leave Mantis.
누나! 잘 지냈어! 친구보다 잘해요?
The next day, while Mantis, Sumin, and Bombay were having breakfast, Jae-yi acts strangely and is in a bad mood. Bombay tried to lighten the mood. Then a debate broke out between Mantis and Jae-yi. Mantis warns Jae-yi that he is her boss and boss. However, Jae-yi was fed up with this and immediately invited Mantis to a duel using swords. The fight was inevitable. This made Sumin and Bombay anxious.
트야, 절대적. 오, 놀래라, 씨.
From there, Jae-yi betrayed Mantis and left Mantis Company. Jae-yi makes a deal with Benjamin to set up Jae-yi's company. Meanwhile, Mantis seemed to have lost his way, and Sumin was loyally by his side. When Bombay met Sumin, Bombay invited Sumin to come with him along with Jae-yi because there was no future at the Mantis company. Listening to Bombay's story, Sumin felt disappointed because Sumin saw Mantis' struggle, who was willing to spend all his savings to establish the Mantis company.
업계에서 제일 핫한 나락 갖고
나락 보내고 제이 언니 무대에 올린
Mantis also refuses to return to MK even though Dako invites him to. Because of Sumin's loyalty, Mantis gave her a higher level job.
너 이거 한번 해볼래?
진짜요?
The general meeting of fellow civil servants and companies took place with Dako's speech. Dako then expressed his intention to establish regulations regarding the underground world that had been initiated by Min-kyu. Not long after, Jae-yi arrived along with his other subordinates. He was warmly welcomed by the Asans. Mantis also greeted Jae-yi by saying it had been a long time since he met, just to chat, but Jae-yi ignored him. Mantis wasn't too concerned about it either.
오랜만이다.
The general meeting of fellow civil servants and companies took place with Dako's speech. Dako then expressed his intention to establish regulations regarding the underground world that had been initiated by Min-kyu. Jae-yi interrupted Dako's conversation by saying straight to the point. In order to make the atmosphere less tense, Mantis immediately intervened by asking the hitmen to agree with the rules. Until the general meeting, Mantis' arrival was greeted by assassins who knew him as a legend from the MK company. However, because Mantis was poor and only had one subordinate, many people underestimated him. The problem is, who will give the punishment? Jae-yi doesn't accept this. He doesn't want MK to monopolize the underground world, where hitmen carry out their actions. He also confirmed that the founder of MK also died at the hands of Kill Boksoon. Dako says that punishment is mandatory and natural given by the strongest. Listening to that, Jae-yi immediately said who was the strongest among them. Bravely, he immediately invited Dako to a duel.
얘가 처벌할 자격이 있는 겁니까?
해봐도 되겠습니까?
Suddenly, Mantis stepped forward and received a punch from Jae-yi. As soon as Jae-yi and his henchmen left, Mantis immediately woke up from his pretend act. Because Mantis had carried out his duties cooperatively during the general meeting, he was given a level A target from Dako.
뭐하는 짓들이에요?
Dako gave Mantis conditions to carry out a mission that must be carried out that very night, namely, ending Bae-sun's life. Because Mantis already considered Bae-sun as a father figure, he made a deal with Bae-sun. But Bae-sun warned Mantis that he had to carry out his duties. Bae-sun attacks Mantis from behind. Mantis manages to overcome the attack. Mantis tells Bae-sun to go far away.
하시면서 사세요.
On the other hand, Benjamin celebrated his victory because he was satisfied with Jae-yi's performance during the meeting. Benjamin also invited his personal assistant to a duel using knives. On the other hand, Mantis gets a call from Dako that he got a package from Jae-yi, a package which is a bloody knife, which means it is a challenge to duel with Dako. Mantis didn't expect that either. Mantis volunteered to be the one to fight Jae-yi.
그 새끼한테 놀아나고 있는 거라고 지금. MK 복귀합니다.
After that, Mantis told Sumin to announce a funeral ceremony for Bae-sun. Mantis deliberately did that so he could meet Jae-yi. After meeting, Mantis immediately questioned Jae-yi's ridiculous idea of inviting Dako to a duel. Jae-yi says that it wasn't her idea. It was Benjamin's idea. But in the middle of their conversation, Bae-sun suddenly got up and expressed his gratitude to the people who came to his fake funeral. He also said that he would surrender himself to the constitutional court.
시장을 오기 싫으니까 나 죽이고 싶었어?
Mantis also met with Kill Boksoon to ask for his opinion about sending bloody knives to those closest to him. Boksoon knows who Mantis will be protecting, and she also warns that Dako is a cunning person. Then, Mantis strengthened his resolve to send a bloody knife to Jae-yi.
지키고 싶은 게 있으면 지켜. 호롱이 선배 진짜 세다.
있다고요.
In short, Mantis contacted Jae-yi to talk first before fighting. As soon as Mantis arrived at MK headquarters, Jae-yi was already at the top, but he was surprised that the person he met was Dako. That's where Dako set up a strategy to finish off Jae-yi. Mantis didn't accept this and immediately attacked Dako. He intended to finish off Dako before Jae-yi arrived, but this time fate was not on his side.
오기 전에 그냥 끝내버리게.
Jae-yi arrives faster than expected. Dako immediately provokes Jae-yi. This makes Jae-yi furious and says that this is a fight between three people. Then they wrestled again. Here Mantis tries to protect Jae-woo, but Jae-woo attacks him. Jae-woo manages to corner Dako. He stabbed Dako right in the stomach.
1대1대1이지.
But Jae-yi suddenly came from behind and immediately stabbed the knife in Dako's stomach even deeper. The blood flowed even harder, and Dako met his death. Mantis really regrets this. Jae-yi said that Mantis always felt sorry for his enemies, and he didn't think that was really necessary in the world of assassins.
나도 할배 죽이기 싫어요.
After some time, Benjamin became increasingly successful, and he also managed to inspire many people through his speeches in seminars. Jae-yi also watched Benjamin's seminar with a sweet smile. After Benjamin's seminar finished, Jae-yi immediately greeted Benjamin with flowers, saying congratulations because his speech was very good. Jae-yi immediately directed Benjamin to a car for the next event.
너 다음에 나 다시 만나.